Okay, we are going to make a triple chocolate cheesecake here. So what we're going to do is we are going to take these cookies and melt that butter and grind up all the cookies in there and make our crust. And we're going to put it all in this pan here, our little springform pan. And then we're going to take the chocolate, the cheesecake, the sour cream, sugar, salt, some eggs, mix that all together and make the cheesecake. And then we're going to use our heavy cream and some more chocolate to make a little chocolate ganache on top. So when we get done, we want to take all of these ingredients and hopefully put everything in this pan, and we hope that everything comes out looking like that. So says Martha Stewart. So here we start. Okay, so now we're going to start with the crust. We'll make some noise here. And first thing we did, we already melted our butter. So there's our melted butter. There's our cookies. And we put some in here because we got to grind them up for the crust. And so let's see how we can do this. I'm going to set this down for a second because I think I have to do this with two hands. Alright, so hang on just a second. Okay, so we got that off. We've got to kind of press this so we can get nice crumbs here. We've got to do this about 3 times. We're doing cookies at a time. Good. Okay, so we'll do that a little bit more, and then we'll pour that all in this bowl here and add some butter, and then make our nice little crust, and that's what'll go on the bottom of that to start with. Okay, so let's see what happens here. Okay, so now we're just going to pour all of our little cookie mix in here. I noticed there was a couple of pieces that were a little too big. I think we'll be fine. I did a really good job. I tend to use my hands a lot when I bake. Okay, now what we're going to do is we're going to take our melted butter and we're going to make our crust. So let's see how we do here. Next process we're going to do, we're going to put this, smash this all down and make our crust. And then we're going to bake this for 10 minutes. We already have our oven preheated to 350. So here we are. And I'll finish that. I probably need both hands to do this. So I will finish this up, and then the next thing we're going to do is we're going to get out our trusty little mixer and add our cream cheese at room temperature and all our other ingredients and make the cake part. So here we go, and I got to get my little timer out. So that's my little timer, and we'll set that in a minute for 10 minutes and go from there. Okay, let's see what we got here. Okay, now we have it all nice and even in there. We're going to bake it. Here's our little timer, 10 minutes. It said to put it on a cookie sheet, and I already have the cookie sheet in there. Alright, so let's let that little guy bake. And we're going to go on to the next ingredients. We'll open that up. Okay, and then what we're going to start doing, we had our little lid thing. We'll take that off because we're going to start adding our eggs one at a time and blending them in there. But I can't do both. Definitely takes 2 hands to do this. No, I wish I had a little camera, guys, so you guys could watch this, but turn it off here for a sec. Okay. For ease of use, I switched over to what I know better. I know my KitchenAid thing better. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm getting ready to melt my chocolate real good. I've added my 4 eggs. Making this good. Now it's going to turn into a chocolate one here as I add this. So here it goes. Let's just turn this on for just a little bit. Make sure that's all nice and mixed in there. And then I'll stop this, and then we'll add some chocolate. Okay, now we've kind of added the chocolate in there. Letting that all kind of just mix in there good. We'll scrape down the sides of the bowl. Doing a pretty good job. that do its thing here. That get all nice incorporated. Okay, now we're going to add in our incorporate in our sour cream. Good. Looks good. Let's get that all nice incorporated in there. Looks really good. Kind of mix down our bowl again. We'll stop for a minute. Let's lift this up. Kind of mix all this down here. And we're going to go back to here. Good. Yeah, that looks really good. Okay, then I'm going to stop here, and then we're going to get ready and pour it into our pan. Okay, and then here we are. Nice, quite a bit of the chocolate going in there. And we'll finish scraping this all out, and then we'll put this in the oven for 1 hour. Let's see what happens. Okay, now into the oven it goes for 1 hour. Alright, we'll set our little timer here. Okay, let's go 6. If I can do this one-handed. 6, 0, 0, 0. Start. That's it. We'll put that back on here. Alright, and then we'll clean up our mess. That was kind of fun, huh? And then we'll make the, we have just the topping to make, the little ganache. We'll take some heavy whipped cream and only 4 squares of this, melt it, and that'll be the topping, because on the top of it, if you see in this picture here, there's a little bit of a ganache topping. That's what makes it triple. We got the chocolate crust, the chocolate cheesecake, and then the chocolate ganache on top. So here's hoping it turns out good. Okay, so I just took it out of the oven, and now it's going to cool off here. I'll move it somewhere easier to let it cool off. I got to do the topping in a little bit, and I'll come back and put the little chocolate ganache topping on it, and then let it cool and put it in the refrigerator. It should be fun. Okay, so I took a saucepan and I put 1/4 cup of heavy cream in there, and then I melted the 4 pieces of chocolate, and I made the little ganache for the top. So here's the final product. Let's look at our, I go grab my little recipe. I think that turned out good, and I think we got pretty close to what we were going for. And that's our triple chocolate cheesecake. So I think Martha Stewart would be proud. I didn't really have a cake stand, so I just took a plate, put a little bowl there. I'm going to chill this, and we're going to enjoy.